What did we just witness? Sting has shocked the world and is the new WWF champion.
I didn't see that coming. I don't think anyone did. The Ministry of Darkness, gone. No more power, no more mind games. The Undertaker just got beat at his own game.
And look at The Undertaker, sitting there in disbelief. For months, he's controlled the shadows. He's pulled the strings. And now, he's been unseated by a man who has carried WCW on his back for years.
The Scorpion Deathlock, the same hold that made legends tap, has just humbled Kane.
They're debating who gets to finish Hogan off. That's sadistic brilliance.
Just what this massacre needed.
Good Lord, Hogan just got launched like a missile. The Undertaker sent him flying into the next zip code.
A possessed force.
It's like he's powered by hate and rage alone.
Bret's body is limp. How much more can these men take?
Fresh and dangerous. Bret believes this is his redemption. He believes he should have won the chamber, and he's determined to make the dead man pay.
Bret's making a point. He doesn't want the win. He wants the humiliation.
Looking to cinch it in. Can he turn his opponent over? Yes. And attacking the body here could be a smart strategy. As he has a role in the action, he gets the side down the hole. Wonder what he's thinking here.
This is no longer a match. It's a war zone.
1, 2, 3. Oh my God! Undertaker just stole it. The Ministry wins.
The dead man survives the storm and walks through hell to win this War Games match.
Bitter defeat for their opponents. This was a
But at what
we
cost?
just witnessed here.
The carnage,
the best team
the
won here
betrayal,
tonight, and there's no
and the
denying
mind
that.
games.
They're going to be celebrating.
And now The Undertaker gets to name his stipulation for the first event of the new Tasmania season.
What does the dead man have planned next?
The Ministry proved their dominance inside War Games. They left the NWO and WCW lying in their own blood and broken bones, which means only one thing. At Invasion, The Undertaker, the Lord of Darkness, will challenge Hollywood Hogan for the WCW Championship. And when it's over, when the smoke clears, both the WWF and WCW championships will belong to the Ministry of Darkness.
WWE Universe. Where the hell did he do? Those superstars.
That's his own teammate.
Jim Knight and the British Bulldog. Superstars that want to do making their presence felt, beating the hell out of these other teams. He's certainly aiming these words at the champion.
Welcome everyone to Monday Nitro. The wrestling world is buzzing after what went down at Fall Brawl. Vince McMahon making waves, sending a chilling message that The Undertaker is coming after Hollywood Hogan and the WCW Championship.
That's absurd, Tony. This is WCW, not Vince's playground. Undertaker doesn't make demands here. Hogan runs the show.
Cut the music. Let's get one thing straight right now. Vince McMahon doesn't make matches in my company. You don't just send your dead man down here and think you get a title shot. WCW runs WCW, not the WWF. And just to remind you who runs professional wrestling, let me introduce the man who made WCW what it is today, the immortal Hollywood Hogan.
Couldn't have been any more blunt with that statement. Hollywood Hogan with a microphone in hand, ready to speak to the crowd. The champ is in a foul mood, and we're about to find out why.
Let me tell you something, brother. Undertaker, dude, I don't know who you think you are walking into my company trying to steal my spotlight, Jack. You think you're scary, dead man. You think the NWO is gonna shake in their boots? 'Cause you roll your eyes back and turn off the lights? I buried Goldberg. I ended his streak. And if you step foot in this ring with me, I'll bury you 6 feet under right next to him, brother.
Is he here? Is the Undertaker gonna answer this call?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Undertaker's all smoke and mirrors, Jack, and Hollywood Hogan ain't afraid of no ghost.
He can't be happy about being ignored like this.
The champ is not used to this kind of treatment.
Ooh, yeah, Bischoff, dig it. I heard what Hogan was saying, and if the dead man ain't gonna show his face, maybe the Macho Man ought to take his place in the spotlight. The cream always rises, Eric, and I want a shot at that gold. Ooh, yeah.
You know what, Randy? That's not a bad idea. Tonight, you've got Hollywood Hogan one-on-one, and if you win, you'll be the #1 contender.
Ooh, yeah, Hogan, you better be ready, brother, 'cause tonight the madness runs wild.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just heard it from Eric Bischoff himself. Tonight's main event has been made official. Hollywood Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage one-on-one, and if Savage wins, he becomes the #1 contender for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
And Hogan doesn't even know it yet, Schiavone. That's the best part. He thinks he's running the NWO show, but Bischoff's got him right where he wants him.
And let's not forget, looming over all of this is The Undertaker. Mr. McMahon has sent the Phenom straight into WCW, and you can bet Hogan's not just thinking about Savage, he's looking over his shoulder every second.
That main event is going to shake the foundation of Nitro, but right now, it's a first-time ever matchup. WWF Light Heavyweight Champion Y2J. Chris Jericho takes on WCW's newest sensation, AJ Styles. Jericho's got all the tools, all the ego, and all the experience. This Styles kid, he's good, but tonight he's in way over his head.
I disagree, Brains. AJ Styles has been turning heads on the independent scene, and tonight, under the bright lights of Nitro, he has the chance to shock the world by beating Jericho in his debut.
It's Jericho versus Styles right here on Nitro, and it's next.
The champ knows the competition level's at an all-time high. He needs to show he's above all competitors.
Are you guys ready?
And listen to this reaction for AJ Styles. This young man is making his Nitro debut against none other than Y2J, Chris Jericho.
The kid looks excited now, Schiavone, but Jericho's going to eat him alive. This is the big leagues, and Jericho is the light heavyweight champion of the world.
AJ Styles is one of the most gifted athletes I've seen in years, and tonight he gets to prove it on the biggest stage of his career. But fans, let me tell you, that's not all we've got lined up for this incredible night on Nitro.
That's right, Professor. Still to come, Brett, the Hitman Hart sits down with Mean Gene Okerlund for an exclusive interview about his future and his frustrations after being overlooked in the world title picture.
And you know he's not going to stay quiet. Bret Hart never does.
Then, we've got an explosive 8-man Tornado Tag Team match for the WCW Tag Team Championships. The British Bulldog and Jim the Anvil Neidhart of the Hart Foundation, Chronic, Harlem Heat, and the Road Warriors. It's chaos guaranteed.
And don't forget, we'll also show you what happened when the Outsiders, along with Lex Luger and Diamond Dallas Page, stormed into the WWF this past Monday night. A shocking invasion that left everyone talking.
But above all, fans, our main event is set. Hollywood Hogan versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. If Savage wins, he becomes the #1 contender to the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
And Hogan doesn't even know yet. I love it.
Jericho versus Styles is next. And what a night it's going to be here on Nitro. What a match we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. The WWF's light heavyweight champion Chris Jericho and the rookie sensation AJ Styles. These two are absolutely tearing it up.
This is AJ Styles' Nitro debut, Tony. And I've been saying for weeks, this kid is the future of the business. He's holding his own against one of the cockiest champions in the WWF right now.
Wait a second. Folks, we've just gotten an update to tonight's schedule. Ric Flair is headed this way, and apparently he's demanding microphone time during this broadcast.
Of course he is, Skivone. He's Ric Flair. He doesn't wait for anyone. The match, the schedule, nothing. When Flair wants to talk, he talks.
Well, we all remember what happened at Fall Brawl when Flair blindsided The Rock. And apparently tonight he's got something to say about it.
This match is still going, but Ric Flair is about to hijack Nitro.
Woo! The Nature Boy is back on Nitro, and I got something to say to that punk, The Rock. Yeah, boy, you strutted your way into Fall Brawl. You thought you were gonna make a name at my expense, but the only name anybody's talking about is mine, because I took you apart, and I'll do it again. Now everybody's asking me, Nature Boy, why'd you attack The Rock at Fall Brawl? Woo! Because I don't just walk into a building and let some kid from Miami, Florida, try and tell me where I belong in this business. For 30 years, I've been styling, profiling, wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing, and I'm not about to let some Hollywood wannabe take my spot.
God, terrible landing on the outside. Bet all the chips on landing that high-risk maneuver and flopped
and Rock,
spectacularly.
I hope you're watching this real close tonight, because I got word from your daddy. That's right, Rocky Johnson sent me a little message. He wants a fight tonight. He wants to step in the ring with the Nature Boy and Rock. I'm going to show you exactly what's in store for your future. Because when I'm done taking out your old man tonight, I'm coming for you at Invasion. Woo! So lace them up, Rocks. Watch close, because I'm going to make an example out of Daddy Dearest, just like I'm going to make an example out of you. Woo!
Flair has just laid it out. The Rock's father, Rocky Johnson, set to fight the Nature Boy tonight, and you can bet The Rock is watching this one closely.
Deafening blow to the chest. Ooh, great anticipation. Double underhook. Butterfly knee. Blow to the abdomen gets them out of that and avoids taking any damage. Neither superstar giving an inch here. Oh, ouch. It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here. So much pride, so much resiliency on display. Who will break first? That is the question. Ooh, toe-to-toe, treating each other like heavy bags. Ooh. Two fighters putting their haymakers on autopilot right now. Oh, man. They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this. Ooh, clothesline delivered. The hit's starting to take their toll on them a little. Double springboard moonsault. This might be the end here. He's able to kick out before two. A truly impressive kick out this late. Looking for a scoop slam, but from behind. Inverted DDT. Lands the crossbody. It knew what was coming there. Shows great wherewithal there. Here it comes. Neckbreaker. He's got a mind to count out rules as he heads ringside. A reversal.
reversal. He saw that coming. These two reaching a standstill with all these reversals. Both sides with an answer to every offense. Oh, my God. Taking out the knee. Oh, man. It'll destroy your ligaments. The human torture rack. Here we go. Bomb. Brought back into the ring from the floor now. Taking things to the top rope. Up high. Oh, missed that one. Vicious, downright savage club right there. Hooked him up. And suplex. Oh, man. Going for it. Trying to step through. Roll on their belly. And he locks in the Boston Crab. Turns it around and has the pin. What reflexes? Looking for the pin. Turns the tables. Shoulders down. Oh, that gets reversed. Into the cover. Oh, turning the pin around. He kicks out with force. Ow. Ow. Punching their way out of that one. Powerbomb position. Going down. Punches and counters out. Believe it. I don't believe it. I don't either. Can this ref even count to three? These competitors are pushing themselves beyond their limits. Yeah, it's definitely not every night we see a match like going for it. Trying to step through. Roll on their belly. Tied up tight. Moving the spine in ways it wasn't meant to. The core of your taps out.
Here is your winner, Chris Jericho.
Ended this match with a big win under his belt. A win like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a night already. Ric Flair making it absolutely clear he's got his eyes set on The Rock. But right now, let's send it backstage to Mean Gene Okerlund, who's been gathering a lot of news tonight.
Thank you, Tony. And yes, I've been hearing a lot as the night's been unfolding. Let's start with something that went down earlier today between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Let's take a look.
Orle, Ray, I know RVD's been giving you trouble, man. I got your back on Raw. Yes, he just say the word.
I appreciate it, Eddie, but this is something I've got to handle on my own.
Rey Mysterio clearly determined to face Rob Van Dam by himself, even if that means turning down the help of family. Now, after Ric Flair's comments just moments ago, I also spotted the four horsemen in a heated conversation with none other than Mr. Perfect. What they're planning, I can't say, but gentlemen, it looked like something was brewing. And if that weren't enough, I can confirm I saw Lex Luger and Diamond Dallas Page signing contracts with WCW officials just moments ago. The ink is dry. This week on Thunder, it's going to be Luger and DDP challenging Mr. Perfect himself for the United States Championship.
My word, the U.S. title on the line this week on Thunder. WCW is not slowing down.
And you know what that means, Schiavone. Perfect's either about to cement his place with the Horsemen, or he's going to be chewed up and spat out.
So much is happening across the board. WWF, WCW, ECW alliances are shifting. Battles are brewing. This invasion has everybody watching their backs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the excellence of execution, Bret Hitman Hart. Bret, there's been a lot of talk about the WCW World Championship picture since Fall Brawl. And we all know what's looming with The Undertaker and Hollywood Hogan, but many feel that you belong in that conversation as well.
You're damn right I belong in that conversation, Gene. I've been proving myself in this business for years, and ever since I came to WCW, I've had to scratch and claw just to be heard. Now I see Undertaker walking in from the WWF. I see Hogan holding onto that title by hiding behind the NWO. And where does that leave me? The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, sitting on the sidelines. So next week, I'm calling out Eric Bischoff face to face. I want answers. I want to know why Bret Hart isn't in the world title picture. And I'm not leaving until I get them.
But Bret, tonight it's not about you personally. It's about your brothers in arms. The Hart Foundation, the British Bulldog, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart are set to compete in what may be one of the most chaotic matches we've ever seen. An 8-man tornado tag team match against Chronic Harlem Heat and the Road Warriors. The WCW tag team titles are on the line.
Exactly, Gene. Tonight isn't about Bret Hart. It's about family. Bulldog and Anvil, two of the toughest guys I know. And tonight they've got a chance to bring championship gold back to the Hart Foundation. Chronic are strong. Harlem Heat are fast. The Road Warriors are legendary. But when you put the Hart Foundation in the ring together, you're looking at the strongest bond in wrestling. Tonight, Bulldog and Anvil walk out with the belts. Bank on it.
There you have it, folks. The Hitman has spoken, and it looks like Eric Bischoff is going to have to answer to Bret Hart next week. But tonight, the WCW tag team titles are on the line in what promises to be absolute chaos.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a night it has been already here on WCW Monday Nitro. But before we go any further, we need to send our congratulations across enemy lines to Sting.
That's right, Tony. Last night at Fall Brawl, Sting captured the WWF Championship inside one of the most brutal matches we've ever seen. And now, as if the war between the WWF and WCW wasn't intense enough, Sting is set to defend that title against Kane at Invasion.
I'll tell you what, Sting better keep his eyes open. Kane isn't just dangerous, he's a monster. And with Mr. McMahon pulling the strings, I don't like Sting's chances. Not one bit.
Well, regardless of where your loyalties lie, we want to wish Sting luck. He's got the weight of the WWF Championship and perhaps the balance of this entire war on his shoulders.
Hollywood Hogan. Tonight you dared to call out the dead man, but I don't answer to you. I don't answer to Bischoff. I don't even answer to Vince McMahon. I am the judge, the jury, and the executioner of this war. You cling to that WCW championship like it's your salvation. But understand this. The title you hold does not belong to you. It belongs to the darkness. At Invasion, the New World Order will discover that there are forces far greater than their greed, greater than their numbers, greater than you, Hogan. And I am that force. You boast about your power, about your New World Order, but deep down, you know why Goldberg rests 6 feet under. It wasn't your strength, Hogan. It wasn't your poison. It was me. I buried the streak. I placed him in the grave. Because I willed it. So watch your mouth when you speak of the dead man. Your reign, your title, your very existence in this war are now
now in my hands. At Invasion, Hollywood will fall, and the world will remember that the dead man always wins.
Did you hear that? The Undertaker has put Hollywood Hogan directly in his sights.
And what's more chilling, he's not answering to anyone. Not Vince, not Bischoff, not Hogan. Undertaker is acting on his own accord.
I don't care how big the NWO is. Hogan can't fight the darkness. Nobody can.
Hogan demanded an answer, and he got one. The Undertaker has put WCW, the NWO, and Hollywood Hogan on notice.
Hey, yo, you people are looking at the future of this business, Chico. You're looking at the hottest ticket in town, WCW, where the big boys play. And guess what? We just kicked the front door in on Vince McMahon's little playground, and there ain't a thing he can do about it. You saw what happened last night. You saw how WCW owned the spotlight. Now we're here, live on Raw is War, to make it real simple for everybody in the back, to the boys in the WWF locker room, to the misfits down in ECW who think they're hardcore. If you're tired of being overlooked, underpaid, underappreciated, if you're tired of busting your ass and getting nowhere, we got an offer you can't refuse. You want to be a star? You want to get paid? You want to be on the show that everybody's talking about? Then grab your bag, walk down that aisle, and join the hottest brand in professional wrestling today, WCW, Chico. This ain't a game, this is a takeover.
And believe me, business is booming.
Bang! Don't say we didn't give you the chance.
Now you either roll with us or you get rolled over. The survey says one more for the good guys.
Here. You don't come into a match of this magnitude without feeling it at least a little bit.
They are ready
Don't
for
hate
battle.
the player, hate the game.
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 548 pounds. Look, R.E. and D.E. Ray. Harlem Heat.
Guys, we finally crowned a new champion here tonight. That's right, the title's been vacant for long enough. One of these superstars will be going home tonight as the new champion. Champion. And no offense to you, Cole, but part of me wishes Gorilla Monsoon was here for this match, just so we can hear him say history has been made at the Multiple teams facing off in this tornado tag match.
In a tornado tag situation, you never know how many opponents are targeting you. The only one on the side is your tag team partner.
Dangerous constantly lurking in a no disqualification match. Interference has to be a concern for these teams.
While it certainly can be a factor, I don't think it should be a concern. The only thing you should be concerned is getting whipped.
Straight into the pin. Good Lord. So effective. That arm's going to be sore for a while. Could affect all their offense. Oh! Clubbing blow. Just pounding away. Just going. Schoolboy line to put this one away. Stops the count. Keeping this match alive.
Jeez. You want to control the tempo, you want to dictate the pace. That right there is how you do it.
Russian leg sweep. And he's absorbed some stiff offense already. I'll just leave it at this. Nobody comes into a match hoping to get chucked around like that. Prime example of working smarter, not harder. That's what I say.
Bulldog even more determined than ever now.
And someone was coming there. I honestly can't believe we just saw a human being toss like that. Measured knee drop. Kick to the gut from the apron. Oh, that was nasty to watch. Finding nobody home. Assaulting the knee with purpose. Oof. Oh, running elbow drop on target. Devastating offense. Incredible that this match hasn't ended yet. It might just be a matter of time. This one is close to coming to a head. Comes wide. Yeah, to into the state it takes to repeatedly stop someone like that.
Oh, for the arm bar.
That could produce a dislocation or at the very least a pinched nerve. He's finding himself in some territory he does not want to be in. Things are getting risky. This will not end well. And with onside strikes like that, it's clear they have nothing but punishment on their mind. Diamond-plated steel coming at you. They'll take things into the ring. Crushed in the corner.
Fortitude has been tested, and these fans are showing their approval of the championship.
And he stops the rest down. The WWE Universe is on its feet, and deservedly so. These superstars are holding nothing back.
Oh, man, a kendo shot to the head. That's bad.
But now here's nothing.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. Angle got caught with a reversal. Goes into the corner. From the top. He has been battered and beaten, and there's only so much more he can take. Driven down. Elbow drop. The count was stopped before it started. I was not expecting that from him at this point. Oh, great wherewithal there. Good defense from him. And Anvil's pushing through the paint for the turn. Intercepts the pin attempt. And Anvil is pushing through the paint to deliver some to the opposition. At this stage, you know Anvil's thinking about bringing things to a close. Opportunity. Oh, my Lord. And pin for the championship. He breaks up the pin attack. Oh, what a club. Right to the back of the neck. Has this wrapped up? 2 count. Oh, he was almost finished. Looking for the pin, but was that enough? 2! Yes, they did it! New tag team champs! Impressive victory for the team, especially Jim.
Did you hear that, brother? Did you hear what that freak just said? Undertaker thinks he buried Goldberg? Nah, dude, that was me. That was Hollywood Hogan, Jack, the biggest star in the world, the man who ended the myth, brother. He's trying to rewrite history, Eric. He's trying to take my moment, my championship, my legacy away from me, dude. You better do something about this, or the NWO is gonna...
Hogan, relax, relax. You are the champ. You're the face of WCW, the face of the NWO. Undertaker's playing mind games. That's what he does. He's trying to get under your skin before Invasion. Don't give him the satisfaction.
You don't get it, Eric. I need to prove I'm still the man, brother. Undertaker wants to play games? Fine. You give me a tune-up match tonight, Jack. Somebody, anybody. I'll show the whole world Hollywood Hogan ain't scared of no dead man.
About that, Hulk. You do have a match tonight. It's already signed.
What are you talking about, dude? Who?
Macho Man Randy Savage?
What? Savage? That backstabbing has been. You put him in the ring with me tonight. After everything I've done for this company, for this business, brother.
Listen, it wasn't me. The match was sanctioned earlier today. And Hulk, there's more. If Macho wins tonight, he becomes the #1 contender for the WCW Championship.
No way, brother. Not Savage, not Undertaker, not anybody's taking this title away from Hollywood Hogan. I'll bury Randy Savage tonight. I'll bury The Undertaker at Invasion. And I'll bury anybody who tries to take what's mine, dude. You got that?
Well, folks, this is an interesting development. Earlier tonight, Mean Gene Okerlund mentioned that he spotted Mr. Perfect talking backstage with the 4 Horsemen. And now look who's making his way to ringside.
Oh, you know what this means, Schiavone? Business is about to pick up. When you see Mr. Perfect hanging around Ric Flair, it usually spells opportunity, class, and a whole lot of gold.
But what's his motive here, Brain? We haven't seen any official word that he's joined the Horsemen. Is he scouting? Is he aligning himself with Flair again? Or maybe just looking to stir up some chaos between Flair and Rocky Johnson?
Whatever the case, you can see both Flair and Rocky Johnson glancing his way. They don't look too sure what to make of it. And with everything that's already gone down tonight, the outsiders, the Undertaker's warning to Hogan, this is the last thing we expected.
I'll tell you what's going on, Tony. The Horsemen are tightening their grip. You don't bring in a guy like Mr. Perfect just to clap from the sidelines.
And if that's true, then The Rock and the entire nation better be watching closely, because a new version of the Horsemen could be forming right before our eyes.
Look at this! Rocky Johnson and Ric Flair. Two legends, two eras colliding, and they are going toe-to-toe. Neither man's giving an inch here on Monday Nitro.
This is incredible, Tony. Rocky Johnson's come in tonight not just to compete, he's here to avenge his son, The Rock, after that brutal attack by Ric Flair back at Fall Brawl. You can feel the emotion, the intensity radiating off him.
Yeah, well, emotions don't win matches, Tenay. Experience does. And nobody's got more experience than the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Man, meeting the barricade. Planning something big here. From the top. And avoids taking any damage. Into the barricade. Had the foresight to get out of that one. Uh-oh, headbutt. Nothing fancy there. Ooh, definitely some damage dealt to him there. This is how it starts. The groundwork is being laid here. Boom, running STO plants him. Nicely done. And he now slides back into the ring. And they're going shot for shot, blow for blow. Oof. Neither competitor is backing down. The fight is on, and it's furious. Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up. Bam! You can feel the...
Woo! Listen to this crowd! Rocky firing back, big right hands, Flair chops, Johnson punches, back and forth they go, center of the ring!
It's an absolute slugfest. They're throwing everything they've got at each other.
Referee trying to separate them now. Oh, Flair just went low. The referee didn't see it. Wait, he's down! The referee's been knocked out in the chaos!
Oh boy, here we go. Business is about to pick up.
What's Mr. Perfect doing? He's sliding something into the ring. That's a steel chair.
Mr. Perfect just tossed a chair to Flair. Flair's got that look in his eyes. He's lining it up. Come on, this is ridiculous. Rocky's pulling himself up, Flair's waiting, and Mr. Perfect's shouting instructions from ringside. It looks like he's helping Flair win this thing.
Hey, it's called teamwork, Schiavone. You call it cheating, I call it horseman business.
This is outrageous. Rocky Johnson came here to fight with honor, and now Mr. Perfect's tainting this match. What's his connection to Ric Flair?
Whatever it is, it looks like the Horsemen may have just added another dangerous ally.
You can't go wrong with the kendo stick. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a knee lift. He's got that. It's go time. He's rummaging for some sort of equalizer.
Flair's got that chair in his hands. Swings. No! Rocky Johnson ducks it. Big right hand by Johnson. And another. He's fighting back, folks.
Rocky Johnson's got fire in his eyes, Tony. Flair's throwing everything he's got at him, but the Soul Man just keeps coming.
Somebody stop this guy. Flair's a national treasure, not a punching bag.
Flair's trying to roll out of the ring. He's retreating. Look at this. The Nature Boy's running for his life.
Flair's grabbing anything he can. A kendo stick, the more chairs. He's desperate. But Rocky Johnson's not letting up. He's chasing him around ringside.
Flair's got to get out of there. That man's a lunatic right now.
Rocky's pounding away, lefts and rights. The crowd's on their feet. Flair's trying to beg him off. Classic Flair. But Rocky's not buying it.
He's fighting like a man possessed. You can feel the emotion. This isn't just a match. This is personal revenge for what Flair did to his son.
And look at Mr. Perfect on the outside. He doesn't know what to do. The plan's backfiring. Flair's getting dismantled.
Flair needs to think fast. Get those horseman instincts kicking in.
Flair fights back. The dirtiest player in the game. Back to his tricks. And now he's going for that chair again. This is chaos.
But Rocky's right back up. Flair can't keep him down. How is he doing this?
He's running on pure heart, pure vengeance. Rocky Johnson will not quit here tonight.
Oh my God. The body's limits are being reached here. One punch, trying to get something, but got shut down.
Wait a minute. Mr. Perfect's up on the apron. What's he doing?
His mind is turning. Might be close to the end. Gentlemen, it's time to go to school.
Finds the ropes to force a break.
A prime example of why you... Trying to end this right now. Oh, wait a second.
Beater on the ropes. This is illegal. He kicks out at 2.
And you got to think he's just one final blow away from not kicking out next time. Boot to the stomach gives them separation. Stopped in their tracks with a knee to the gut. Oh, what a shot. Taking their time, and a knee drop to the face. Ooh, knee drop connects. He's ready to show his opponent and the world what he's made of.
We have seen these men unleash a lot of devastating offense. Incredible that this match hasn't ended yet.
It might just be a matter of time. This one is close to coming to a head. Both competitors showing they've studied the other's playbooks to the teeth.
Now he's back into the ring.
By the throat into the top rope. Oof. Slowly moving. I'm sure he can feel the target on his back here.
Step ahead there.
And a splash to follow.
And here we go.
The referee's trying to keep him out of the ring. Flair with the roll-up. No! Reversed! Rocky reverses the roll-up. 1, 2. Wait, the ref's distracted.
Rocky Johnson had him beat right there. Perfect's buying Flair time, but Rocky's not having it. He's grabbing Perfect by the shirt, pulls him down off the apron.
Hey, you can't touch a manager like that. That's Mr. Perfect, Schiavone.
Oh, he flips that around. Oh, no, he just got bumped.
That Flair goes for the low blow. No! Rocky blocks it. Small package. 1. But wait a second. Mr. Perfect's sliding back in. He's calling for someone. Who's that? That's Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit just jumped into the ring.
Oh, come on. It's a 2-on-1 ambush. Benoit and Perfect are stomping away on Rocky Johnson. Flair's back up, and now it's 3-on-1.
This is disgusting. The match is over. Rocky Johnson fought his heart out, but this is nothing short of a mugging.
Oh, you call it a mugging, Tony. I call it horseman business. Flair's making a statement tonight.
And look at this. Flair's got the microphone. He's calling Benoit and Perfect to his side. Are we seeing what I think we're seeing?
Flair's raising their hands. The 4 horsemen are reforming before our eyes. Chris Benoit and Mr. Perfect have pledged their allegiance to Ric Flair.
The horsemen are back, Tony. Flair, Benoit, Perfect. The message is clear. The war between the WWF and WCW isn't just about brands, it's about legacy.
And tonight, Rocky Johnson paid the price for standing up to the Nature Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, business is about to pick up here on Nitro. That familiar sound can mean only one thing. Here comes the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Hollywood Hogan.
You talk about someone who's had a target on his back all night, Schiavone. Hogan's been fuming since Vince McMahon announced The Undertaker's coming after him. The dead man has been lurking in the shadows, and you can bet Hogan hasn't forgotten that.
Earlier tonight, Hollywood demanded a tune-up match, said he wanted to remind everyone why he's the biggest draw in professional wrestling. I don't think this is the kind of tune-up he had in mind. Eric Bischoff made it official. His opponent is none other than the Macho Man Randy Savage.
And remember, this isn't just any match, folks. Bischoff stated that if Savage wins tonight, he becomes the #1 contender for Hogan's WCW World Championship. The entire complexion of the Monday Night Wars could change before we go off the air.
Let's not forget what's happened tonight already. Bret Hart vowing to take his frustrations out on Bischoff next week. The Hart Foundation capturing tag gold. Ric Flair and the Horsemen sending a message to the Rock's family. And now this? Nitro's chaos.
You can see it in Hogan's eyes. He's all business. But somewhere out there, The Undertaker is watching. And if tonight's strange messages from the dead man were any indication, Hogan may be walking straight into a trap.
Hollywood Hogan wanted competition. Well, he's got it. And coming down that ramp next, his former brother-in-arms, his greatest rival, the Macho Man himself. Here we go, fans. It's time for our main event. Hollywood Hogan versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. And take a look, gentlemen. No Miss Elizabeth tonight.
That's right, Tony. Savage has made it clear he didn't want any distractions. He knows what kind of games Hogan plays, and with the NWO's history, you can't take any chances. He's walking this road alone tonight.
And that's smart. Very smart. The last time we saw Hogan and Savage in the same ring, chaos followed. Savage knows if he brings Elizabeth out here, Hogan will use her as a psychological weapon. He's not giving Hollywood that edge tonight.
You're absolutely right, Brain. The Macho Man has been saying all week that he's done standing in Hogan's shadows. For years, the story's been about Hogan, his spotlight, his legacy, his ego. But tonight, Savage wants to remind everyone who he really is. The man who built WCW brick by brick with his blood and sweat.
And there's a lot more on the line here than just pride. Eric Bischoff announced earlier, if Macho Man wins tonight, he becomes the #1 contender for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. He could take Hogan's spotlight and his shot at the top of the mountain.
That's what makes this so dangerous, 10A. Hogan might talk about brotherhood in the NWO, but deep down he knows Randy Savage has always been his biggest threat. Tonight, that tension's going to explode.
And let's not forget, there's a dark cloud hanging over this main event. Earlier tonight, we heard from The Undertaker. Cryptic words aimed straight at Hogan. You have to wonder if the dead man is watching and what role he might play before this night is over.
Savage is pacing ringside, eyes locked on Hogan. You can feel the electricity in this arena, Tony. Two living legends, one ring, and the world watching.
Hollywood Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage, the match made in madness, and it's happening right now on Monday Nitro. Savage isn't waiting for the mind games tonight. He's bringing the fight straight to Hollywood Hogan.
He's been waiting for this moment for a long time, Tony. Savage wants to make a statement. He's not standing behind Hogan anymore.
Hogan didn't even get his shades off. That's the intensity of the Macho Man. No showboating, no posing, just pure rage.
What a battle of power here. Neither man giving an inch.
This is pride. This is history. Two legends, both desperate to prove who's truly the face of WCW.
Ooh, he fends that off. Elbow drops to the solar plexus. Straight to the face to finish it off. Prime example of working smarter, not harder. That's what I say. Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned? No, that's not right. Somebody do something about that. And there is no other term for that than just cheap. A cheap shot. Being carried around now. Oh, my goodness. Face ram. Barricade. And here we go, returning to the ring. Okay, he should really focus on the match now. We get the point. And into the collar and elbow.
That's the Hogan we know. He'll use every trick in the book when the tide turns against him. But Savage isn't staying down. Look at this. He's back up. Savage firing right hands. He's fighting back.
And Hogan is firmly in command. It's going to be hard to stop the Hulkster here. Corey, we know that Hollywood Hogan isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. How do you equalize an opponent like him? Someone who will use just
Wait a minute. What's going on here?
It's The Undertaker. He's here, and he's holding Hogan's title.
What in the hell is he doing out here?
The Undertaker just sent a message to Hollywood Hogan. That championship belongs to him.
Savage
most likely won't be able to keep up, and sure, he'll be desperate, but it'll also be less effective.
Savage from behind. He takes advantage.
He is doing whatever possible to torture the knee. Oof. Hogan winning that exchange. Man. Each shot landing with a little bit more venom.
They're throwing bombs out there, Tony. Hogan's rattled. He didn't expect The Undertaker to show up tonight.
Neither one giving up any ground. Just teaming up with that fight for everybody. Each exchange just sapping the energy from these two. Sharp jab. Series of strikes to the back.
Just a beat down. Looks like he's coming back in.
Look at Hogan getting the crowd involved. He's got to make some moves here or suffer the countout.
Beats the count without long to lose.
That was Hollywood Hogan looking for the finishing touch. Big leg drop. Can Hulkster clinch this one?
We've seen how this all started, and it seems to escalate with each win.
Kicked out! Randy Savage just kicked out of the leg drop!
I don't believe it. Nobody does that to Hogan.
Savage still has fight left in him. What a war this has turned into.
He's quick to get out of the way there. Yokes up their opponent. Sidewalk slam delivered. 2 breaks the count.
What do you have to do to put this guy away?
Oh, I think the ring just moved.
Things are going sour for the Macho Man.
And Savage needs to tap back into his intensity. A string of counters. Randy is going to look to press on the advantage.
Maybe Savage has found a new source of aggression to battle back with.
Oh, he had that scouted.
Maneuvers out of the way.
And he had the Macho Man scout.
Going for the cover. Hold on.
They're cheating. Come on.
He used the ropes. Hogan used the ropes to steal the win.
That's vintage Hollywood Hogan. He'll cheat, lie, and steal if that's what it takes to keep his title.
Savage gave him everything he had, but Hogan survives again tonight on Nitro.
And you have to believe this isn't over. Not with The Undertaker lurking in the shadows. Not with that message he sent earlier. Hogan escaped tonight, but how long until the dead man comes calling? Let's take another look at what went down tonight. The Undertaker's shocking appearance, Hogan's panic, and how Savage nearly pulled off the upset of the year.
Every week it gets more chaotic, more unpredictable. We saw new alliances form, betrayal inside the Four Horsemen, and now the Deadman's shadow hanging over the NWO.
You can feel it, Tony. This whole company's about to explode. Nitro, Raw, Thunder, Heat, everyone's at each other's throats. Something big is coming.
You're right, Brain, and it all comes to a head at Invasion. The lines have been drawn, the locker rooms are split, and every man in that ring knows there's no going back after this.
Hogan barely survived tonight, but can he survive The Undertaker? Can the NWO survive what's coming?